Hey everyone, I'm Michelle. On my episodes, I talk about my fitness and lifestyle journey and the journey of my community. If you like to follow along for more, you can follow at Instagram at Bulb Online Studio or Facebook, Be Active Online Studio. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have Marilyn and David Venditelli. These are two amazing stylists local to Niagara who I go to myself. I just want to give you a little backdrop about them. They are the owners of Industry Hair and Aesthetics. David and Marilyn are award-winning stylists who opened up their own salon in 2016. For those that don't know, they've done some pretty impressive work. You'll just go to their website and you can see it all for yourself. They're amazing at what they do. It really, really shows from the modern salon to great customer service. It's always so much fun going in for an appointment and I love it. So the pandemic has kept many from getting their hair done, with some getting their hair done colored, styled monthly. Like this is like a huge thing. And it's really made it tough on both stylist and client and small business. Okay, so I just want to reiterate, it's been really tough on small businesses. Getting my hair done personally is like my favorite thing to do, okay? Because I love the massages. I love getting my hair massaged. I love coming out looking like a different person. If only I think that. And for me, it's more than just hair. It's that mental feeling of confidence, okay? So this is not just about hair. It's how you feel as an experience. So I thought since hair has been putting on pause, which I do not believe why, it'd be great to hear from two amazing stylists on how we can keep our hair healthy. Woo, woo, woo. So thank you so much, Marilyn, David, for coming on my show today. It's so great to have you on.
Thanks for having us, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to ask Marilyn David questions. A lot of goods in here too. Some of them off script because I really want to know their info. Okay, so first, share a bit about yourselves and your specialties.
Well, we are married. We are the owners of Industry Hair and Aesthetics that we opened up 4.5 years ago. It's been a crazy ride. We opened our doors and went full force. We've been fortunate enough to have won some pretty prestigious awards, worked many hours creating some beautiful images that are seen up in our salon. We're also educators. We have an amazing grounded team. We work hard and we just love what we do.
Yeah, I think she touched on pretty much everything there. We're not fond of talking about ourselves in our company, but it's we love what we do. We're passionate about it, and we've been blessed to have a super team. So it's been a good 4.5 years despite this pandemic.
That's awesome. It's not often, I would say, that you have a married couple in your industry, and like honestly, I have to say is that you two are so down to earth. With all the awards that you have won, you would think that anyone walking to your salon, it's like you're on tippy toes, but it's complete opposite. It's so laid back and it's an amazing environment that you guys created.
Well, thanks for saying that, because that was a really important aspect of what we wanted in the salon. We want you to come in, and we always say, like, this is our home. We want you to be part of our home and part of our family. And so thank you. That's probably the best compliment you can give us. So thank you.
Awesome. So tell me, like, okay, so I know a little bit about the salon, but why did you want to open your own salon?
So Marilyn was a stylist for 18 years. I was a colorist for 15, working in the same place. And we just got to a point where we both felt like we couldn't really grow where we were. We felt like we were just stylists behind a chair, and that's really even what we were kind of told at the time. So it was through education and bettering ourselves that we got to meet other stylists, And they kind of opened our eyes to, you know, there's a whole other world out there. And it gave us the confidence to eventually, you know, pursue this dream of open up our own salon. And so we got a lot of people to thank. There's a lot of mentors who kind of guided us and gave us the push that we needed to get to where we were today.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's get to the goods because, I mean, I'm fortunate that I do not have grays. I'm going to say it again. I do not have grays. Okay, but
I'd like you just to say.
There are some that, like, you know, in my family, it is genetic. You know, my mom started going gray. I think she told me about 32. I have sisters who are aging very young, but they do have grays. So, and in my community, you know, I think a lot want to know, like, how do we cover up the grays without going in every week?
Yeah, there has been an evolve on how to really touch it up at home, I guess we could say, without ruining the work from a stylist, you know? So clients are always like, hey, if I go to the drugstore, what can I buy? And we're honest and say, like, we don't know, like we're only educated with the color line that we use. But to preserve your color and to eliminate from ruining any of the work that was done, you know, Goldwell, which we support, has come out with a whole line of colors. So there are root touch-up sprays, super, super, super easy to use. You literally apply it onto dry, clean hair, right up at the root area, rub it all in and just leave it. It'll take probably about like 20 seconds to dry. You feel absolutely nothing at all in the hair. And it just kind of camouflages the gray and just blends it in. And, you know, it will get rid of it. It doesn't come off on your pillow. You can still style your hair like you normally would. If it's raining outside, you're not going to get any brown kind of bleeding all over your face. Yeah. And it's good until you wash your hair. So it's not something that you have to reapply. It's pretty amazing. They also have root touch-up powders as well. So, you know, it's something that you can kind of keep in your purse. You dab it in, rub it on just like you would as a blush. And it's designed to just kind of camouflage the gray, but without having to ruin the work that, you know, you spent all that money creating, right? So it's just a good way to kind of camouflage it until we do open up our doors again.
Awesome. Okay, that's good to know. Now, you guys made me red, and listen, I've never done red. Okay, like when I went red, I was like, I can't pull off red, but now I'm like, I love red. So reds do have more fun. I just want to put it out there. But okay, so since I can't see you now, what are some things or products I can use to like prolong the red and not make it feel like I'm losing it?
Yeah. So again, Goldwell has come out with these color conditioners. So you would apply it in the shower just like you would a conditioner. And what it's going to do is help bring that red back to life again, essentially. So super easy to do. You shampoo your hair like always, rinse shampoo away, and then you would squeeze out any excess water, apply this just like you would a conditioner, comb it through the wide tooth comb in the shower, leave it in like 5 to 10 minutes. Longer you can leave it in, the better. You don't have to leave it in 10 minutes. And then this will kind of bring out what's faded back to life again.
But it's also very conditioning, very conditioning, very hydrating. So it's not going to stress out the hair or dehydrate the hair. It just brings that hair back to life again with adding that shine and that moisture back in there for sure. And
you don't got to like, you know, it's not like you're going to go to sleep. It's going to stain a pillow. Nothing like that happens.
Okay. So do you rinse this out after?
Michelle, I'm going to drop it off to you.
So Michelle, just one more thing on those. There's reds, there's browns, there's blondes. It's a pretty good variety of tone.
Okay, good to know. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like it. Okay, now I've always had this problem, and a lot of people who work out, I sweat so much that it looks like I jumped into a pool. And some days I'm like, how do I not like wash my hair? Like this is a huge dilemma in like the fitness world, because even some of my community members are like, listen, like, I don't know, I got to wash my hair. And I'm like, they say you're not supposed to. So what is the real guideline to not, or how many times to wash your hair?
So let's be real, because I take your classes and I wish I could say that I sweat as much as you do, but I don't. I do sweat, but if it's, you know, probably the way I sweat, I can get away with just using dry shampoo. So KMS makes an unbelievable dry shampoo. It's super, super, super easy, will not turn your hair white. If it's something that, you know, again, you're not soaking wet, then you can literally on dry hair, just lift up the hair, spray it up at that root area, really massage it in, and it will help to refreshen your hair. So dry shampoo is designed to help you get through like 1 or 2 more days. It's not going to replace shampoo.
Okay.
If you are somebody like yourself, Michelle, that works out a lot and sweats a lot, you need to be using a clarifying shampoo. So we have the Head Remedy from KMS. It is a deep cleansing shampoo. So what happens is when you sweat a lot, your body produces oils and sweats. And even when you go to sleep at night, your body gives off heat. So your body is producing, sweat and heat. So you really need to deep cleanse and really dig out any debris that's clogging up those pores through that scalp area. So if you're going to work out the way you do, you need this as a shampoo to help really remove any oils and buildups. And then you can, once a week apply the color conditioner to help refreshen your conditioning or refreshen the red, or just use a regular conditioner by KMS as well. But for somebody like you that works out as often and is soaking wet, let's be real, you need to wash it. But if you're going, if you're staying at home and you're homeschooling your children and you don't need to be going out in public, then just leave it and push it one more day. But for somebody that needs to maybe get out, you definitely need to wash it, and not necessarily more for the hair, but it's more for the scalp to help to, give your scalp that fresh feel and that healthy environment for your hair growth as well, for sure.
Okay, just to clarify,
yes.
Do you put dry shampoo on before you work out? Because I heard that before, or do you do it after?
So dry shampoo is very personal. So we have clients and our staff members that apply it before they go to bed. Which really makes sense because your body is giving off heat, which is going to produce more oils, right? So if you apply it onto dry hair and go to bed with it, you wake up, your hair is not going to be as oily and as greasy. But if you're somebody like myself that works out in the mornings and I don't have time to wash my hair, I can just apply it onto dry hair. I personally wouldn't do it before I work out, but I would do it afterwards. For me, it's just a mental thing. But I think everybody's different, right? Hair texture is very different. So you just kind of need to find what works best for you.
Okay.
I just got to touch on the Head Remedy too. It's not like a typical clarifying shampoo that's going to strip hair color.
No.
This is color friendly. So you don't have to worry about those who are, let's say, violets and reds, their color going down the drain quick. It won't happen with Head Remedy.
Okay, good to know. Now, winter months, very dry scalp. Should people be changing their shampoo or products to hydrate your scalp? Because I find in the winter, I'm itchy, I'm drying. I mean, I don't have so much greasy hair, but I find it's itchy.
Yeah, going back to the Head Remedy. Head Remedy is a shampoo that is really more for the scalp. So if you have oily scalp, this is fantastic. If you have dry scalp, it's fantastic. With dry scalp, it's very common to get not necessarily dandruff, but maybe flakiness. And it's really because, you're going outside and it's cold and then you're coming inside and it's warm and your hair and your skin really kind of go into a culture shock. It's kind of like, okay, am I supposed to be hydrated or am I supposed to be dry? So with people that do have oily scalp, or dry scalp, we do recommend shampooing with the Head Remedy. And when you're shampooing, you vigorously get in there, really loosen up any oil that may be clogging up the pores or any dryness on the scalp area. So really get in there and not without breaking the skin, but really loosen it all in and then shampoo it again. So you're going to shampoo twice. Your second shampoo is going to be a regular shampoo. And that's going to help prepare the scalp. And then for the hair that is dry, we do have a product here called, it's a 60-second treatment, and it's a conditioning mask that goes one step above a regular conditioner. So if your hair is really dry, which is very typical this time of year, we recommend the Goldwell 60-second treatment that will help to deposit more moisture to your hair than regular conditioner will without making it heavy and greasy. And the number one thing with conditioner, which people don't really know, is conditioner is designed really just for your hair, not necessarily for your scalp area. So you really want to apply, maybe the size of a quarter from ears down, comb it through. This one here, if you can leave it on for at least 60 seconds, if not longer, comb it through and then rinse it off. This will give you more moisture than regular conditioner will without making it heavy, which in turn is going to give you less dryness, more shine to the hair, a little bit more manageability to it.
Okay, nice. I like it. All good stuff. Okay, so don't kill me, but let's just put a scenario in. You cut your hair And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, you're like, oh, I want it long again. Okay. Now, what are your thoughts on supplementation or anything to increase hair growth? Are there some products out there that will help that?
There are products that say that they're going to help increase hair growth. In the 23 years that I've been in business and that I've been in the industry, I have never come across a miracle product that all of a sudden your hair has grown. I do believe in proper nutrition. I do believe in, absolutely taking supplements. Again, we're not doctors, but anything that's going to help really on the inside is really going to help your hair as well.
I think it comes down to, it's not only hair care, right? It's about eating healthy, taking the right vitamins, using the right hair care products. All that's going to help stimulate growth. So if you're doing all those things internally, it's going to start to show on the outside as well.
Okay. Now, when they say, I've heard this, I don't know if it's old wives' tale, but in order to increase hair growth, you should be getting trims regularly.
No, what you do onto your ends is not going to affect the growth of your hair. What it will affect, somebody that doesn't, and we see it often, that they don't want to cut their hair because they want it to get long. Well, what's going to happen is your hair is a dead cell, so you can't fix your hair. You can prevent it from getting worse, more dehydrated. So by using the proper products and getting your hair trimmed, you're going to start noticing that hair growth. Because if you have a split end onto the ends, it's just going to make its way all the way through that top area, right? So the more you can get rid of it, the more you're going to start to see the growth and the more you're going to start to see results.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. So, I know everybody wants to know these answers to the next questions, but no one ever has the guts to ask. Okay. What is your number one pet peeve that a client does? And we're not naming names, but just give me a generalized, in the hair industry world, what's a big pet peeve?
So I'll speak I'm a colorist, right? So I don't cut hair at all. But I think in the beginning it was like that disaster that would come in and you have to fix it. But I actually love that now because I love fixing a mess. And then I think they then appreciate how good a good colorist is. Yes. So I love that. That's not the problem anymore. I think what drives me nuts the most now is when I have a client in my chair and they're almost afraid to do what they really want to do because let's say a husband or a boyfriend is kind of holding them back. That's what really drives me nuts. And I will never come out and say it's that. I'll do my best to kind of persuade them in a direction, but they just won't do it because their husband wants them to be blonde or their boyfriend wants them to be blonde. It's just not the right thing for them, but they can't put that aside and move in another direction. So that, as a colorist, is the most frustrating thing to deal with.
Okay.
For me, I cut and color. I think the biggest pet peeve for me is when someone is sitting in my chair and they want a big drastic change, or they think that they want to change, but yet they only want to take off this much hair. So we're a little bit more limited. But that's probably, it's not frustrating, but I feel that if they don't allow me to take off a little bit more, then I feel like I'm failing them because they're expecting huge expectations, but yet I'm so limited on what I can do.
Yes. I that's not me, is it?
No, you went the complete opposite. Okay. It was fun, let me tell you.
Okay, good. Okay, my next question is that, okay, so I know you guys are married and you work in the same environment. Now, do you ever get into arguments working so closely together? People want to know.
Yeah, we don't it'll never happen in the salon where an argument will break out. There's definitely times we disagree, and I think we've learned well to, I understand Marilyn's strengths, she understands my strengths, and I have no problem with her telling me I'm wrong. And you got to be able to accept that to have a good business relationship. But then it's a fine balance, right? You don't want to be business partners at home too. You still want to be a husband and wife and be, emotionally connected like that. So
I think with our environment as well, in our salon, we have a color table. So David is usually stuck in the corner and I kind of travel back and forth. I think if we were side by side the whole time, it could be a little bit different. But yeah, we're pretty blessed, I have to say. We still really love each other. We still really like each other. We do try to, I think the hardest thing is that we are together all the time. So whether we're teaching a class or we're doing a show, it's always kind of us together, right? So I think it's hard sometimes to kind of go home and not talk about hair or talk about business. So I think we're really trying to work on that as well. When we're home, we're home, and when we're here, then we're here.
I think another thing that makes it work with us is the mentality is the same. Like we both have the same work ethic. Marilyn might be a bit more like she just, even when she sleeps, she's cleaning. But the mentality is the same. Like we want the business to grow. We got that same mentality with that. Our work ethic, we want to keep getting better. So because we think like that, we continue to push each other as well.
Awesome. Honestly, like, seeing you two together, I feel like it's like a match made in heaven. It's just like your calming energies are just like, I always wonder, like, is this what it's like all the time?
No, I'm very high strung. I don't know if you know that, but and David is like,
I kind of bring it down.
Brings me down. So
that's great. Yin and yang.
Two of me would be a disaster, but he definitely balances me out for sure.
I hear you. I'm high strung too. Okay. So when this lockdown is over, like, let's just count down the days and someone's like, you know what? I want to try the salon. I want a big change in my life, because everyone that asks me, where'd you get your hair done? I'm like, if you want quality, you know where to go. But let's just say someone's like, hey, I want a big change. Now, do they call and tell the receptionist like what I want, or is the receptionist going to walk them through? Like, how does the appointment go?
Yeah. So anything that is like a big, and it's typically a big color change, anything that's a big color change prior to COVID, we always did a complimentary consultation. So we always say, come on in, we book you 15 minutes, it's complimentary, and let's talk you through what you think you want, right? Or what you want as an end result. Because, a lot of times clients are Black and they want to be blonde. It's not that easy, right? There's a lot of science that goes behind it. That was pre-COVID. So now we are limited on amount of clients and amount of bodies that are in the salon. So what we do now is, and this hopefully will be just for COVID and that's it, we do a quick consultation over the phone. So a receptionist will kind of guide them in the right direction or try to figure out what they want. And then they are asked to actually send a picture to us via email of their inspiration of what they want as an end result and what their hair looks like right now. And then one of our stylists will do a consultation over the phone. That way we know exactly how to book them, if it's even possible, some sort of a price point. And at least we know exactly, and the client knows what is entitled to, or what is entailed to get that service done. And even if it is possible, right? Because a client that just calls for a color, it's not just a color, it's not just one button and that's the color. It's, is it a creative color? Is it a tint retouch? Is it highlights? Is it, a color correction? There's so many different variables. So that we found has really, really, really worked. So again, a client knows exactly what's getting done. We know what's coming in and how to go about doing that.
Okay, awesome. And just for anyone that's local, are you doing any curbside product pickup?
Yes, ma'am. So every Thursday we do curbsides from 9 until 12. So you can either DM us on social media, Facebook or Instagram. You can call the salon or you can email us at info@industryhair.ca. We take all your products, we sanitize them all for you. Payment is done over the phone. We place them in a nice little bag with a nice little message on the bag. And you don't even have to get out of your car. David will come out and place it in your trunk.
You're not in the box anymore, David.
Yeah.
You're not in the corner.
And that's it. And I have to say, it's been a little overwhelming. People have been so supportive. It's a struggling time. I'm not going to lie, but the curbside has really saved us. And it's been amazing how much clients still want their products, even though that they can't get their hair done, whether it's skincare or nail polish or lip glosses or hair services, or not services, hair products. Clients still want that. And we're constantly getting messages just saying like, thank you so much. Like I did a mask on my hair and it just feels so much better. And I think mentally, especially at this time, people just need to do what they need to do, right? And I think, you know, it's everybody trying to do and better themselves, whether it's working out or whether it's, you know, getting the hair products to make them feel better. I think it's, you know, everything kind of all works together.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you two, for coming on today. Like I said, you're two of the best. Love your salon, and anyone that is looking to just make yourself feel better, because that's all it is. Like you touched on, it's not just getting your hair done. It's a mental feeling. It's a feeling inside. It's an experience, and you guys are on point. So thank you so much. I'm going to put up your information. So anyone that wants to purchase any products and just do at-home treatments, they'll know where to find you. Okay. So thanks so much, guys. It's been a pleasure, and we'll chat soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. If you want to follow along for more fitness and lifestyle tips, you can follow me on Instagram at Bob Online Studio or Facebook, Be Active Online Studio. Thanks for tuning in.